Hi, I'm Frankie Mazzapica. I hope you enjoy the video that you're about to see. It's our desire that at the conclusion of this video, you will have a heightened expectation of the plan of God for your life. And this is the part of the service right here. Sometimes preachers get together and we talk about how do you prepare for your sermon? How do you prepare and blah, 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 blah. What's your service look like? What's your service look like? And we learn from each other. But this is always the part of the service that I say to them, I have no idea what's going to happen at the end. I have no idea. But it's always something miraculous. It's so funny. I was at a service. There's this guy. For a large percentage of you, you would know his name. And I went to go hear him speak. It was a church in Spring. I went to go hear him speak. He was up there speaking, and we have a mutual friend, and my friend texted him and said, hey, my friend Frankie's going to be there. And when I found that out, I was like, hey, don't call me friend anymore, because we're not. Because I'll tell you what happened. I'm sitting in the crowd, and all of a sudden the speaker's up. There's like a bunch of people out there, and he's like, is Frankie here? And I was like, yeah, we're not friends anymore. I'll tell you who it was so that you'll know. The guy who spoke last Sunday, we're not friends anymore. So I hope you enjoyed him. But anyway, so he calls me down in front of everyone, and he says, I hear God's doing some great things in you and doing some great things in your church. Do you want to tell us about it? And I said, well, I'm pretty uncomfortable with that question because I'm not used to talking about myself or our church in that respect. But God's doing a lot of good things. Have you ever been there? It's like someone wants to know about you and you're like, hey, how about we talk about you a little bit? I don't know. Just felt uncomfortable. And so then I knew that answer wasn't going to be enough for him because he asked the same question again. And so finally I decided I'd just give him a slither. So, well, I say a slither because a lot more happens at this part of the service than what I said. So, well, we go for healing almost every Sunday, and every Sunday we see people get healed. I didn't want to talk about how over the last 6 weeks people have been delivered from depression, the spirit, like a demonic spirit that's been sitting on someone's shoulders for far too long has just been coming off over the past 6 weeks. I didn't want to say that, hey, we've been going for healing for the past 3 years, but now we go for deliverance and healing. I didn't want to say that, man, as a pastor, I thought to myself, if we go for deliverance, people would never come back to our church, but it was actually the exact opposite. We started going for deliverance and more people started coming to the church. The devil is a liar. I didn't say, hey, I thought that nobody believed that they were oppressed, and now I'm realizing that there's a lot of us that saying, hey, what's happening to me is not normal, and I want it to stop. Are you with me? And so I didn't want to go into all that. But when I was walking out, kind of a funny moment. It was a really, really long service. And so I went to go use the restroom. It was kind of like my halftime break. I went to go use the restroom. The guy comes up to me in the restroom. He's like, hey, I want to bring my son to your church. We're in the restroom. To be prayed for, to be healed. Did I mention we were in the restroom? And so I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, we could be talking about this when we get out, but that's cool. So I said, come on. But in my head, I was like, yes, God's been so good that whatever we believe for, we see happen. If you like that video, take a second and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. This way you'll always know every time we've uploaded a new video.